welcome to the Sandbrook Adventures, where in this video I'm going to be talking all things second trimester. Now if you didn't already, I did do a first trimester video talking all about the first trimester of pregnancy, everything that I experienced, all the appointments that we went to, but in this video I'm going to sit down and I'm going to talk all things second trimester, which is really exciting. So obviously if you watched my last video, my first trimester was not the best. I was very poorly, I was very sick, I had no energy, whereas the second trimester has definitely been a lot better for me, which I am very, very grateful for. Sickness died down a lot, which I'm really pleased about because my sickness was so bad. Literally, I was being sick like 5 times a day. I was struggling to eat. Everything that I was eating, I was bringing back up. So I'm so glad that the sickness has died down a lot. There's only been a little bit of sickness here and there, but I am so pleased. That was the one thing that I could not wait to get rid of out of the first trimester because it was so hard, like having to go places and wondering what I'm eating and then being sick again. It was just not nice. So I'm very pleased to know that I am out of that stage of sickness, which has just been really nice. One thing that I have found with the second trimester, it's been a lot easier than the first. I've had a little bit more energy, which has been really nice. It's now towards the end of the second trimester that I am starting to find it. I'm a lot more tired. But at the beginning of the second trimester, I had so much more energy. I was up and about. It was a lot more easy to get around, which was really nice. They always do say that your second trimester is always the best one. It's always your first and your third that is the hardest. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through some of the stuff that has happened in the second trimester, appointments that we've had and anything like that. So obviously the second trimester was an exciting one because we actually found out the sex of the baby, which was really exciting. And if you don't already know, we are going to be having a baby boy, which we are so excited. We cannot wait. So basically we had our second scan. So if you aren't aware, with when you're having a baby, you do get 2 scans offered with the NHS. So you have one at 12 weeks and then you can have one between 18 and 22 weeks. I had my scan at 18 weeks because we was going to Florida. I had it bang on the 18-week mark. And it was a very detailed scan. We was in there for around 40 minutes. The midwives in there was amazing. They were so nice. But they was checking everything with little one, which was really reassuring. They was checking like the size of the bones, showing you all the organs. It was lovely to see a little one on there. And then at the end, we found out the gender, which was really exciting. And we're going to be having a little baby boy and we just cannot wait. But yeah, everything all came back normal from the scan. Everything was shown really well and we was really pleased. It's always a worry when you have a scan because you're like, I'm just hoping that everything's going to be okay. But as it stands at this moment, my actual NHS scans are all done. The only time that you do go and have another scan is when you go to your midwife appointments, because my midwife appointments are at the doctor's. If you have any reduced movement or if the midwife is a bit concerned, then you would go and have another scan. If you're not if your bump's not growing the right size or you're measuring small or measuring big, then you would go back to the hospital to have another scan. But what is really exciting, and the day that we're recording this, 2 days from now, we have actually booked a private scan. And it's not just any scan, this is going to be a 4D scan. Just bear with me because I get out of breath very quick. We're going to be having a 4D scan, which is very exciting. We're going to be able to see baby boy up close and we cannot wait for this. But yes, this was a private scan that we paid for ourselves. So if you are looking at something like that, there's plenty of options to do that. It's not with the NHS, it is a private scan. We're going back to the same company that we used when we had, I think it was 8 weeks that I had my first scan, like as a first look. So we can't wait to see baby boy. Other things that have happened, I've had my midwife appointments at the doctor's and I had a little bit of an issue with iron levels. So I had all my blood test results back and I am on the verge of becoming anemic. So basically my iron levels have been quite low. I'm on like the verge. So basically as it stands, as I'm filming this tomorrow, I've got to go back to the midwife again and I'm having my bloods done to see if my iron's improved. I've been on 2 rounds of tablets for the past 2 months to try and bring my iron up. and I'm guessing that this is something that I'm going to be taking throughout the rest of my pregnancy. They said it's quite common to have low iron because baby's taking the nutrients, so we'll find out tomorrow when I do have my blood tests if my iron levels have improved, and then go from there really. But apart from that, there's been no other issues at the midwife. It's just been pretty simple, pretty easy, go in, just checking like urine samples and stuff like that, making sure that I'm okay and how I'm feeling. But yeah, as we go into the next trimester, which is my third trimester, my midwife appointments are pretty much like every 2 weeks, and that's just to measure bump. I'm actually getting my bump measured for the first time tomorrow, so they can put a tape measure on my belly. I've got to go through a birth plan and stuff like that, but the midwives have been amazing. They've been so good. And it's just been really reassuring to have someone there. I've got a 24-hour phone line that I can call if I need anyone, which is lovely. In regards to injections in pregnancy, I actually had my whooping cough vaccine when I had my scan at 18 weeks, and then tomorrow I'm going to be having my RSV vaccine, which is my final one. So I'm going to be having that at my midwife appointment tomorrow when I do go and do that. But it's like second trimester. I can't believe that we're finally here. And like I'm going, as I'm filming this, I'm actually in my third trimester, like the first day of my third trimester, and I've got like 12 weeks left, which is so exciting. But in regards to like other symptoms that I've had during the second trimester, it has not been as bad as the first. I had lists and lists of symptoms from my first trimester, whereas the second trimester has been a lot lower, which has been really nice. Something worth noting, I've had nosebleeds pretty much every morning. Every morning I get up, blow my nose, and I've got nosebleeds. Bladder control is just non-existent at the moment. Obviously, if you've been pregnant, you'll know your bladder, baby's lying on there, constantly needing the toilet. If I cough or sneeze, it's like, oh, so yeah, won't go into full detail with that one, but yes. I've had some leg cramps, but not as bad as before. It's more that when I'm lying at night, I've had a few leg cramps, and bad back. Over the past 2 weeks, my lower back has been quite sore. When I'm sitting downstairs on the sofa, I'm having to put a pillow behind me, just to make me a bit more comfortable. And as I came out of the second trimester, it is quite hard, like walking around for long periods of time. As you can tell, I am quite out of breath all the time, but that is normal as well. But yeah, baby's feeling quite heavy. When I walk around for long periods, I'm having to sit down. But it is also good to keep active. I don't want to be sitting in the house all the time. So for me, it's nice to move around. But then I know when my body's saying, Charlotte, slow down and sit down, which I've been having plenty of rest, which has been really, really, really nice. But yeah, second trimester has been a lot better, which I'm really pleased about, because if you see my first video, the first trimester was very, very, very difficult. So I'm very pleased to know that the second trimester has been a lot better for me. So what I actually did a few days ago is over on my Instagram, which is Charlotte Sandbrook, I actually did a poll, like questions, for you to send questions in to ask all about pregnancy. So I've got some written down and I'm going to go through some questions with you. So the first question is, have you decided on a name? Yes, we have. This is something that we're going to be keeping completely under wraps until baby is here, but this is a name that we both have been so pleased with. We haven't really thought of any other names. This is a really nice name that we're really pleased with. So yeah, it's been nice ordering like personalised things with his name on, and they've been coming, which has just been really exciting. But yes, baby boy has already got a name, but we'll be keeping that under wraps until he is born. So the next question is, have you had any cravings? So before I was pregnant, I'd always hear about people going on about cravings, craving weird stuff. Cravings, literally no. I haven't had anything. The other day I really fancied like a Victoria sponge, but then I had it and I didn't really enjoy it, so I don't know if I could class that as a craving or not. But literally I have not craved anything at all whilst I've been pregnant. There's no foods that I've been like, I must have this, or I need to have this. I've literally not had anything at all. Whether I will in the final trimester, we will see. But as it stands at this time, I have had nothing at all, which is such a shame. I was hoping to get some cravings. Next question is, will you do a birth story? This is something that I will definitely be doing. Probably not straight away, because once I've gave birth, I just want to take some time with little one, enjoy some time with Sean, and then like come back and chat everything about my birth story. What I do plan on doing is taking into the hospital. I'm going to take a notepad so that I can write some stuff down. But yes, I will be doing like a birth story, just going through everything that happened, how it went, and stuff like that, and just going from there. Next question, will you be filming the birth? Now, we have had a lot of questions about will we be filming the birth, and the answer to that is no, we will not be filming the birth. I think it's quite a personal moment between me and Sean. It's not something that I'm documenting on camera. It's something that I definitely just want between me and Sean. So yeah, we will not be filming the birth or anything like that. So yeah, we won't be doing that. How are you finding travelling whilst pregnant? I've actually been fine travelling whilst pregnant. It's only like towards the end. We actually went to Tenerife not long ago. I had a little bit of restless legs on the flight. But apart from like that, I've been absolutely fine travelling, like making sure on a flight you're wearing your flight socks, and just getting up in regular and walking up and down the aisles really helped. Stretching my legs out, making sure that I'm on an end seat so it's easier for going to the toilet. But yeah, I've found travelling to be absolutely fine. It's been very easy, and it's still been good to be able to travel whilst being pregnant. Obviously, as it stands now, I still can fly. Obviously check with your airlines because every airline's different, but I know that Ryanair with a fit to fly, you can fly up to 36 weeks. But yeah, I don't think we'll be flying anytime soon until baby's here. But yeah, it's been fine travelling whilst pregnant. So the next question is, are you scared for labour? And if so, what has helped your nerves? To be honest, I haven't really thought about this because I think the more I think about going into labour, the more it starts to panic me out, because obviously it is a scary thing. Your body's going through so many changes. There's going to be so much pain. I'm not very good with pain and stuff like that, but I think it's one of them where I keep reassuring myself that my body has been preparing for so long to be able to be ready for birth, and I'm just going to embrace it. Like, I'm in the best place. If I need medication or if I need pain relief, I'm in the right place. So yes, I am nervous for it. I think everybody would be going into labour, but I think it's something where I've not tried to think about it because I want to enjoy pregnancy as it is. I don't want to be thinking towards the end, worrying about labour all the time, because it can be quite daunting, but I'll be fine. I'll be fine. How have you been dealing with nausea and vomiting? So if you saw my first trimester video, I really struggled. I couldn't find anything to calm this nausea down. Like, a lot of people said to try like ginger biscuits. I tried that. I tried everything and nothing worked. Like, it was horrendous, to be honest. I really did not enjoy the sickness and the nausea. The constantly feeling sick all the time. I'd get up on a morning and I'd feel sick from the minute I got up to the minute that I went to bed. And then everything that I was eating, I was bringing back up, so I was scared to eat. It was not good. So I'm very much glad that the nausea has stopped. I've been sick a little bit, but it was only a tiny bit, which was good. Have you got any more scans booked? Yes. So at the time of recording, in a few days' time, we've actually got a 4D scan booked, where we're going to be able to see baby's face, which I'm very excited about. I can't wait to see what he looks like, so I'm really looking forward to that. You can only have these scans, I believe, from 28 weeks, so I'm 28 weeks now, so I'm eligible to have that scan, and I cannot wait to see him. Has pregnancy so far been what you expected in terms of easier or tough? I actually think that pregnancy has been quite tough at times. I have had quite a bit of anxiety with pregnancy, it's more if you go to the toilet and you've got a little bit of a leak, or you're worried that you're going to go to the toilet and there's blood or something like that. So I have found it to be quite hard. Every little thing that I've had, I'm just like, oh my God, is baby okay? I do think that a lot of the time I've been okay and I've done really well. I've had a lot of supportive people around me, which has been lovely. But there's sometimes where it is really hard being pregnant, because you're trying to talk to people like friends who don't understand because they've not been pregnant, and it's hard for them to sort of comfort you as well, which I completely understand. But yes, it has been a lot harder than I thought it was going to be, and I think towards the end it's going to get a lot harder, like struggling to move about, like your body's going through so much change, but I'm very much excited to meet little one at the end of it. Next question, have you started buying new clothes or making your clothes work? I have literally made my clothes work. The only maternity clothes that I have bought, I bought some maternity leggings from Amazon. They were the best leggings I've ever bought. We went shopping to go and get some maternity clothes, and everything was like online only, or the stuff that was there, I just didn't like the styles. Luckily, because I've been pregnant like over the winter period, I've been wearing jumpers, and jumpers are baggy anyway. So yeah, the only maternity things I've bought have been my maternity leggings, and I bought one maternity swimming costume, but I don't plan on buying any more maternity clothes. I'm just going to make the ones that I've got work. I did buy some t-shirts, but I just bought large ones so that it was a bit baggy and oversized if it does get a bit warmer. But yeah, I've just been trying to make the stuff work because I've not been a massive fan of the maternity clothes that I have seen. The main bit was just trousers, and these leggings have been fantastic. The next question, has it been a struggle to not go on coasters? There's been certain times where we've been somewhere and I'm like, I would love to go on this right now. But what's been really nice is going to the park and just seeing it from a different perspective. Just going to do smaller rides, doing the shows, walking around the shops, and not doing the coasters. I very much look forward to getting back on the rides. I cannot wait to get back on some of these coasters. Like, I'm so excited. But it has also been nice for me to have a little bit of a break and just see the little details of parks, like when we went to Disney, doing loads more character meets, because when we do go, we want to do the big rides, we want to make sure that we're getting all of that in, so that little bits like character meets and stuff we do tend to miss because we want to focus on getting the big rides in. So that has been really nice. It's been nice just seeing it from a different perspective and just taking it a lot more chilled for me and having a bit more rest time and just being able to take in the atmosphere, which has been lovely. But very much look forward to getting back onto those rides. How did you know when you were felt ready to have kids? So basically, the plan was always to be, we wanted to get married first, and then we have had a lot of like big travel trips. Like, we went to Asia, we went to Dubai, we went to Australia. We always knew that we did a big road trip around the USA. We always knew that we wanted to get big travel out of the way before we settled down to have a child. And we felt like this was the perfect time. We've done a lot of big travel. Obviously, we got married last year in July, which was beautiful. We felt like this was definitely the time to have a little one and take them on our journeys with us, and we cannot wait to have him with us and seeing a park through a little one's eyes, which is just going to be so nice. Like, those milestones of getting on rides and just seeing little things, like even just going to like a farm park and seeing like the animals and feeding the animals. It's just going to be so nice, like soft play. It's just been lovely, so I'm very much looking forward to that. Have you been able to share your pregnancy journey with friends who are pregnant at the same time as you? So I haven't got any friends that are pregnant at the same time as me, but I have got support from a very small number of people who have got kids themselves. You know you are if you're watching, and they have been amazing. I know that I can go to them for anything, even like funny mom stuff. Like, I can go to them for anything, and if I need to ask a question, or if I'm concerned about something, or just literally just being like, is this normal? I can go to these people, and they have just been amazing. The support has been truly wonderful. I've had amazing support from family, and Sean has been amazing throughout the pregnancy as well, always making sure that I'm okay. So I've had a lot of support, which has just been really nice, and I am very much grateful for that. How has your energy levels been with lots of walking around the parks? To be honest, I think it has helped me doing a lot of walking around the parks, because it's helped me keep fit. Instead of just sitting around and not doing anything, I've managed to walk around. Like, a lot of people have said how well I've done with walking around, but I know that I always knew that towards the end of my pregnancy I'm not going to be doing that much, because I'm not going to be able to get about. Like, I struggle to get up the stairs. Stairs and me do not go at the moment. I just don't like stairs. I struggle to get up and down the stairs, but I've just tried to keep as active as possible. Enjoy my pregnancy and going out and still seeing the world and still seeing everything instead of just being sat at home. It's been nice for me to get out there and do stuff and not be refined and just being in the house. So it definitely has helped walking around the parks, but it gets to the parks now. We went to Alton Towers last week and it was a struggle because it is a big park, so plenty of rest breaks is needed. So someone's messaged and put, I'm really nervous about stretch marks. Any tips? So the one tip that I can say is I haven't got, as it stands, I haven't got any stretch marks whatsoever. I haven't got any. I have been using bio oil and it has been fantastic. It has been so good. I just rub it onto my belly and it has been lovely. It is quite expensive, but it does last quite a long time. And as it stands, I haven't got any stretch marks. So definitely looking to getting that. It's been fine for me. It's been brilliant. I rub it on my belly and it has been great. I use it every day and I haven't got any stretch marks at the moment, but when they come, I don't know. Does the thought of potentially travelling with a young baby feel daunting to you? Obviously it's going to be quite difficult to travel with a little one, but we're excited. Like, we can't wait to take him with us on our journeys, and I think it's just about being prepared, making sure that you're packing everything that you need, making stuff a lot easier for when you're travelling. And yeah, we've got each other's support, so we know that it's not always going to be easy and we're going to have these hard times where we do struggle, but the good thing is we've got each other and that's all that matters, and we're going to be able to make it work, I'm sure. Have you chosen a pram yet? So yes, my parents have actually bought our pram, which I'm very excited about. It's actually at their house at the moment because I've heard a myth that you're supposed to leave the pram at somebody else's house because it's bad luck to bring it into your house. So yeah, Mum and Dad have bought us a pram, which is really exciting. It's a very nice pram. And then we've actually bought a secondary pram. We have actually gone for a Doona car seat style pram. We actually saw them for the first time when we was out in Florida. And these prams look fantastic. These are great for travel, for going on planes and just little bits. They are very small prams, like they're very small and compact. And it actually is a car seat as well. So the wheels just fold underneath. So we have got one of those because we have seen a lot more people using those recently. So yeah, so we've got two prams. We've got the main pram and then we've got a secondary one, which is just for like travel, which is going to make it a lot easier for like going on flights and stuff like that. So someone's put, any tips on how to not get obsessed with tracking your cycle when trying to conceive? So basically I used an app called Flow, and this was really good, and it just tracked my cycle. It would tell me when I was ovulating, and I also had some ovulation strips that I was given by a friend. But it's one of them where it's like, don't go too much into it. If it's going to happen, it will happen. We always had that like understanding. We was like, if it happens, it happens. We don't want to be like letting it take over our lives. But that app was great. It tells you when you're due to ovulate. So you obviously I've got this short period of time. And that is what I used, and it's one of them where if it happened, it happened. We wasn't trying for like a long period of time, but that app definitely did help, and the ovulation strips that you can use. And the good thing was you could actually take a photo of the ovulation strips and put them into the app, so you could see like the darkness colours when you was getting closer to your ovulation. So that was really good, and that was something that I did use, so I could recommend that one, and it was a free app to use as well. What has been the hardest part of pregnancy so far? So the hardest part has definitely been the sickness. I couldn't even get out of bed some days because it was that bad. So I'm glad that now I'm more able to get out. I'm feeling a lot more better, because yeah, it was very hard. And also just like a bit of reduced mobility of getting about. Like I struggle to even put my shoes on. I'm living in Crocs because I'm struggling to get my trainers on. So yeah, it's more just those little things, and I'm sure that as I go to the end of my pregnancy, it's going to be a lot harder with like just little things like getting out of bed or getting off the sofa. So that's definitely, the sickness has definitely been the hardest part. So my final question is, what are you most excited about / most nervous about heading into the third trimester? I'm excited because I know that this is my the last bit. I'm on my last 12 weeks, but I'm also nervous because I know that this is the final stretch, and at the end of this stretch he's going to be here. I know that it's going to be a lot more difficult, this one, because my body's going to change a lot, baby's going to get a lot bigger. So yeah, Yeah, I am nervous, but I'm excited as well because I know that at the end of it we're going to have a lovely baby boy. But yes, I will do a third trimester video as well, like I have for the first, and obviously this one for the second, going through everything that has been going on in the third trimester, because I'm sure that it's going to be an eventful one with like struggling to get about and stuff. But we will make it work. And then obviously I'm going to do a birth story. I've also got my hospital bags that I'm ready to pack, so I'm going to do a video about what's in mine and baby's hospital bags, just so you can see what I'm taking into the hospital really. So I've got that coming up, and obviously we have bought a lot of stuff. We've got all the clothes, which is so nice. Like, I look in the wardrobe and I'm just like, oh, I've got these tiny clothes, which is just so exciting. It's just really nice, like getting stuff out, and it definitely starts to feel real when everything's coming out and the cupboards are filling up and got nappies all in the drawers. But yes, we cannot wait and we are so excited. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have any comments below, just drop them down, answer them the best of my ability. But yeah, thank you very much for watching and have your own adventures. See you later.